back to Harry Has a Cocktail, episode 54. Today I'm presenting to you a drink called I've been debating for a couple of days about what to call this drink. This drink was introduced to me by my good friend Matt Crowle. Hi Matt. Matt has recommended several drinks to me over the course of this series. I think the first one was the first drink that Matt recommended to me was the Fauntleroy, which is episode 43. And then just 2 short episodes later, I made a drink that he recommended called the Cradle of Life, which was episode 45. He introduced me to the drink I'm going to make today, and he called it by a different name. He refers to this drink as the Verdant Garden, which, I don't know, the main reason I didn't call it the Verdant Garden was because I think I won't be able to fit that on the screen. So I was trying to think of something shorter, and I don't know, I sometimes have a problem with the word verdant. I think it's hard to say. I'm calling this drink the Gin Verde. Gin Verde. The Gin Verde. Now, verde is how you say green in Italian. I like using my Italian and employing it as much as possible. So I'm calling this drink the Gin Verde. You might be able to guess, because verde means green, that this drink is going to be the color of green. Yes, it's true. It will be green. This is actually quite an herbaceous drink because one of the ingredients is green chartreuse, which I have used before here in the program. I believe the last time I used it was for a drink called The Last Word, which I believe is episode 34. Check that out. That is one of my favorite all-time drinks, The Last Word. The other reason why I wanted to change the name was because I made a few tiny alterations to the original recipe that Matt gave me. Matt, please forgive me. I just wanted to tweak it a little bit. I know you, in fact, Matt, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, you also made a few changes from the version that you originally made. So I thought that this was far enough away from the Verdant Garden to be able to give it a brand new name. The Gin Verde. Let's get to it, shall we? Here is what goes into a Gin Verde. The ingredients are thus. Gin. It wouldn't be quite correct to call a drink Gin Verde if it didn't have gin in it, right? Right. Next we have honey syrup. I went ahead and made this myself. As you can see, it's quite homemade. It has a homemade label. This is just 1 part honey to 1 part water. I heated them up in the microwave and then mixed them together and then put it in this bottle. Next, as previously mentioned, is green chartreuse. Green chartreuse is made by Carthusian monks up near Grenoble, France. I've used this before, and like I've said before, it is a wildly herbaceous smelling liqueur. Nobody knows what actually goes into this except for the aforementioned monks. It's a well-kept secret up in the Carthusian mountains. Next we have celery bitters. Yes, celery bitters. I have never used celery bitters here on the program before, and this bottle of celery bitters, just FYI, cost me $23. This little bottle. Now, granted, I was in Westchester at the time when I bought these, and Westchester is known to be quite a pricey environment. But still, $23 for a bottle of bitters, I feel, is a little excessive. You can get this cheaper in other places, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Celery bitters are often quite expensive because they are quite a, how do you put it? They're a specialty item. And the final 3 ingredients are lemon juice, fresh mint, and fresh parsley. See the verde? Look at all the verde going on here. Gin Verde. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Here is how you make a Gin Verde. First, fill your cocktail shaker with a crap ton of ice. To the crap ton of ice-filled cocktail shaker, you are now going to add 2 ounces of gin. 1, 2. Next, 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup. 3/4. Next, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice. 3/4. Next, 1/4 of an ounce of green chartreuse. 1/4. Next, 3 dashes of celery bitters. 1, 2, 3. Finally, we are going to add a few sprigs of mint and a few sprigs of parsley. Now, we are going to add these directly to the shaker. These are nice green, fresh leaves. I'm going to pick them all off one by one here without the stem, and I am just going to put them directly into a shaker. Mint! Leaves! And I'm going to do the same thing with these sprigs of parsley. Sprigs of parsley! Now, shake the crap out of it until it's ice cold, about 30 seconds. Okay.
Ooh, look how nice and icy that is. Very nice, icy cold.
Now, double strain it into a chilled martini glass. Oh, it's so chilly. Look at this pretty glass. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it in a moment. Now, we are going to double strain. I'm sure you can guess why we're going to double strain. Because we have those sprigs of leaves in there. We do not want the leaves, the full leaves, to go into the cocktail. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath from that shake. Did you see me jumping up and down? I make cocktails like a sport. It's an aerobic sport. So we're going to take this strainer and we're going to strain it over the glass like thus. Ooh, oh, look how verde that is. Oh my gosh. Sorry, just some of my Pittsburghese accent slipped out there. You know I'm from Pittsburgh? Yes, we have an accent. Look how green that is. Now, you can if you want to. It doesn't necessarily call for this, but I tend to like to do a garnish of some kind. So I'm gonna do, there we go. Express yourself, express your twist. Run it over the rim, drop it in. Doink. Okay, let's try the Gin Verde. Okay, this is just really swell. Matt, I could not have done this without you because obviously I tried a version that you made for me, Matt, in Chicago. Then you tweaked it and sent me the recipe, and then I tweaked it a little bit more. And the thing that I did was I lowered the proportion of honey syrup. This to me is such a beautiful, beautiful combination of gin, citrus, light sweetness. It has a light sweetness to it, but it's not cloying, because sometimes I find, well, a couple things in this drink actually can be kind of cloying. Green chartreuse can be a little bit cloying and overpowering, and honey syrup can be cloying. I find any drink that's overly sweet to be cloying. This does not have a cloying bone in its body. Everything in this drink just feels really nicely proportioned to me. I love the idea that this started out as having the name garden in it, that it was a verdant garden, because you definitely get like this whiff of mint, whiff of parsley. Green chartreuse is already herbaceous. Lemons come off of a tree. Juniper is from a tree. Juniper's a bush. You got a juniper bush, you got a lemon tree, you got a honey hive. Bees work in a garden, yes. And like everything that goes in here is from the garden, right? Juniper, honey, everything that goes in here. I already gave you the list. So the glasses were a birthday present for my husband. He recently celebrated a birthday. And look at these gorgeous. These were given to Sean by our very close friends, the Kramers, up in Wisconsin. And they're just gorgeous, and we love them so much. These are our favorite new glasses to drink out of. So thank you, Kelly and John. We love you. Okay, that's it. That is the Gin Verde. Thank you as always for watching Harry Has a Cocktail, and we'll see you back here next time. Cheers.